The tradition, just a little message to y'all and to the fans. This is the hardest test yet, the most experienced fighter yet, but I'm here to put on a show. Just did the last training session. Let me tell you people, I'm ready. I love you guys as always. Thank you for the support. This has been the craziest boxing journey ever, and it's all because of you guys. So tune in tomorrow night, DAZN pay-per-view. I'm knocking this guy out and making history once again. I love you guys.
Have you seen this Jake Paul dude coming up? The kid's got a hustle.
As he prepares for his next fight against Mike Tyson.
I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
The problem child.
And for the next 24 hours, I'll be trying his daily routine.
Jake Paul, just the name alone can trigger a roller coaster of reactions. To some, he's a relentless internet nuisance. To others, an oddly fascinating phenomenon who somehow slipped from digital prankster to boxing ring connoisseur. His boxing career isn't just unusual, it's a compelling saga of hype, meme culture, and matchmaking tactics that challenge the very fabric of what combat sports traditionally represent. Whether you cheer for him or scoff, Jake's journey is a spectacle that's hard to ignore because he's one of the few who turned internet infamy into a monetized boxing brand that rivals established fighters' earnings. Jake wasn't born with gloves on. He climbed through the social media trenches, first making a name as a loudmouth on platforms where obnoxiousness is currency. From short-form video antics to causing neighborhood mayhem, he perfected the art of grabbing attention. Boxing wasn't the plan from day one. It was the ultimate spectacle to magnify his fame. Unlike typical fighters who bro within gyms, refine technique through grueling short and long sparring sessions, and accumulate ring experience over years, Jake charted a combative career reminiscent more of a calculated showbiz stunt than a traditional martial path. Watching his brother Logan Paul stumble into the boxing limelight with a flop against a YouTube rival was like witnessing a blueprint on how to make noise, so Jake took it, cranked it louder, and chose opponents who made his wins more certain, but his controversy guaranteed. Speaking of opponents, Jake's list is a colorful collection of profiles that redefine matchmaking creativity. His debut took on a former NBA player, signaling from the get-go that this was less about technical boxing purity and more about spectacle and star power. Next up were MMA veterans, but choose carefully. Jake avoided current top-level fighters. Instead, he selected names like Ben Askren, a grappler ill-suited to stand-up boxing, and Tyron Woodley, a fighter whose UFC tenure was heading downhill, turning those bouts into opportunities for Jake to showcase improvement without real jeopardy. And then there was Anderson Silva, the former MMA legend, who nonetheless was well into his late 40s and well past his prime fighting days. Jake's victory over Silva wasn't about domination as much as it was about the absurdity of a YouTube star outpointing a once great cage fighter, now more a nostalgic figure than an elite competitor. Watching Jake hold his own, or even excel, against these cast-offs was simultaneously impressive and comedic, a strange dance between respect and ridicule. But beneath the taunts and memes, there's an inconvenient truth. Jake Paul can actually fight. No, he's not knocking out seasoned pros in their prime, but he isn't stumbling blindly through bouts either. He's carved out legitimate box office power through committed training, harnessing decent punching power, and showing fluid enough footwork, all backed by a notoriously strong work ethic that surprised many purists who wrote him off outright. His approach to boxing is more serious than the usual influencer flex, and he's faced opponents with genuine combat sports resumes, if not always prime contenders. However, the glaring weakness in his rise becomes crystal clear when he steps up to boxers who belong in that ring by profession and upbringing. The most telling moment was his fight against Tommy Fury, a man whose claim to fame isn't just his boxing skill, but a heavyweight pedigree through his brother Tyson Fury. There, Jake's flaws were on full display, resulting in a clear loss that underscored the limitations of his upward trajectory when real boxing chops are in play. At its core, Jake Paul's boxing career transcends traditional sport. It's an ongoing performance art piece, a sideshow of spectacle uppermost in the combat arena. Rather than chase the legacy of Floyd Mayweather or approach boxing as a disciplined craft, Jake treats it as a grand stage to monetize virality, outrage, and controversy. He succeeded brilliantly by transforming meme culture and social media hype into legitimate financial dividends that many professional fighters could envy. Jake is less a boxer and more a master promoter dressed in fight shorts. The ring, his theater. What awaits him next is anyone's guess. Will he continue scheduling fights against fading stars and celebrities? Will WWE or some other entertainment ring beckon in a surprising hybrid career pivot? Perhaps a rematch with Tommy Fury, where the narrative inevitably repeats itself. Whatever path he chooses, Jake Paul's knack for monetizing spectacle means the show will go on, as long as clicks and views keep rolling in. The boxing world might dismiss him, the sports purists might scoff, but the money and attention say otherwise. He's laughing all the way to the bank, one punch, one meme, and one viral moment at a time. So, is Jake Paul a legitimate boxer or just one giant punchline meme? The answer depends on which corner you're sitting in. Either way, his saga remains one of the most bizarre and undeniably entertaining chapters